Everyone, welcome back. My name is Bishwati Banerjee and you're watching yet another edition of Let Us Lead. 21st century managers needs a mental shift. Now this was one of the very earlier articles that I wrote on InsysNet, and later on it got published in Op India as well. And I was thinking today, why not talk about it? Why not talk about the topic which I consider to be the soul of Let Us Lead. Let's begin. The concept of business existed since medieval times and will exist even after 1,000 years. To do business, you need two parties, the buyer and the seller, the customer and the employees. Modern day business is plagued with the idea of a third party called the shareholders, who has complicated the business model and has caused most customers and employees great pain. Numbers have become the order of the day, and humans are being treated as a sugarcane in a squeezer, as more and more organizations are trying to achieve more with less. Till the time Six Sigma, Yellow Belt, Green Belt, Lean and other quality management tools were used in manufacturing and production, the world looked like going towards efficiency. However, when the same tools started getting used on humans to measure our efficiency, our utilization, then we have definitely pressed the madness button. Can you believe that we have progressed, or shall say regressed so much, that we are trying to measure utilization of an employee using the same tools and metrics that measures the utilization of a car engine? Well, I call that an insult to our human brain. The world is saturated with number crazy leaders who are ready to sacrifice their people if they miss their arbitrary targets. Important here to note that by sacrifice I do not necessarily mean only layoffs. Sacrifice can be in any forms. It can be in form of an unjust termination or bad appraisal, or let's say denying someone much deserved promotion, or denying someone his or her increments. Sacrifice can come in any form. But when I came to know that in USA, more than 70% employees were found disengaged as per a Gallup survey, or when I say 58% managers admitting that they never got any management training at all, that was a study conducted by Career Builder, or around 58% employees stating that they trust strangers more than their own managers, and that was a study conducted by Harvard Business Review survey. There was hardly anything else left to convince me that this disease have become a global reality. Also, let's look at what's happening here in India. As per a survey conducted in 2018, it was shown that employees' lifestyle habits are costing Bangalore's most cherished IT industry a loss of 24,000 crore rupees every single year. And that is approximately 7% of total Bangalore IT sector's revenue. And the primary reasons have been stated as poor emotional and mental state of people working there. I always used to think whether business has been carried on like this in every century, and that question led me to none other than Mr. Jack Welch. The great downfall of General Electric's, whose stock once rose to $59 USD in the year 2000 from a mere $2.24 in 1985. Primarily under this number comes first champion and the manager of the 20th century award holder, Mr. Jack Welch, is a shining example in front of all of us. However, now everyone has started realizing that the same strategy of prioritizing metrics and profits, layoffs or incentivizing people always to hit their goals, stacking people, ranking and yanking people, shareholder dominance in business decisions, etc. All these strategies which saw the rise of General Electric in short span of time is also responsible for the fall of GE in the long term. GE suffers now a very slow, painful death as we speak, with its stock choking at $11 USD. At the same time, we have organizations like Costco, Virgin, Tata, Southwest Airlines, Google, Apple, Amazon, Ford, Microsoft, and many more who understands the importance of vision, values, and people in business, and they outperform their competitors and rivals in the long run. The success of Jack Welch-like leaders inspired a lot of CEOs in 1980s and 1990s to follow in his footsteps. And the concept of favoring numbers and profits over people to gain in business quickly, keeping up with their annual mission statements and financial targets, gained steam so fast that in no time we saw these practices become a normal way of life for corporates. Very few realized at that very moment that what worked in 20th century might not work in 21st century. What worked for the short term might not work for the long term. As the famous statement made by Herb Kelleher of Southwest Airlines goes, where he said, business is people. Or let's say when we talk about Virgin's Richard Branson saying, take care of your staff and they will take care of your clients and business. All these statements points towards the same direction, and that is a long-term sustainable business strategy. Favoring numbers over people for sure will get you your financial goals. Your balance sheet will look clean and it will make you feel in control of your business, but on only one condition, and that is it will last only for a short span of time. Over a long period of time, however, it will create trust deficit among your employees and customers as well, and eventually your business will collapse or will be acquired by some other organization. In short, it has a direct impact on the longevity of your business. In 1958, the average lifespan of an organization was 61 years, and we have brought that number down to below 18 years right now. And if you go further back in 1935, that number was around 90 years. If only statistics can lie. Of course, disruptive technologies also play a key role here. However, we cannot deny the employee disengagement stats and hence the losses incurred by so many organizations that I shared earlier. This simply tells us that we cannot follow this malpractice anymore. I find hardly any difference between Stalin and most of the CEOs. Stalin killed his own generals, the best ones following a loss, and that weakened his own army, allowing Germans to attack and cause damage. And the CEOs, on the other hand, sacrifices their own employees if the numbers are not met at the end of the year, making his or her own organization weaker and weaker and spreading fear among the survivors who eventually will leave the sinking boat well before time. I have even seen some leaders are so crazy on meeting their financial targets that they are even okay to lose a customer. In this 21st century, we can no longer follow these outdated and shallow principles of game of numbers. If we can offer good and consistent quality of life, support and service to our employees and customers, numbers will just be a byproduct of that. Thankfully, the business world is not at all a gloomy, dark place, and there are some companies which have stayed on the right track even during the difficult times, and few new ones have also made their ways in who have learned from them. When you look at these companies' performance for 4 to 5 years, which I mean for short span of time, be it shares, be it operating margin, be it market capitals, or be it revenue growth, you might not get super impressed. But when you take a step back and look at the wider curve of their performance, you can clearly see that they have averted the vision, and their focus on their vision and people has clearly paid them rich dividends in the long run. Here are a few for your information. Let's look at Google. In 2004, Google's share price was at $54. 2019, it has a 20x jump and is trading at $1,069. Apple, in 2000, it was trading at $3.95 a share. 2019, it was trading as $155, a 39 times jump. Southwest Airlines, a $12 in 2000, and it went up to $56 in 2019. Once again, 5 times jump. Costco, $46 in the year 2000, and is trading in 2019 at $210. Once again, a 5 times jump. Salesforce, it was trading at around $4 in 2004. 2019, it was trading at $144, a 38 times jump. TCS, one more IT company in the list, it was trading at mere $2 in 2004. Now in 2019, it's trading at $27, again a 14 times jump. Intuit, $36 in 2000, and in 2019 it was trading at $207, a 6 times jump. Godrej, again, it's a very unique entry in this list, but just have a look at this share price in 2002. It was below $1, it was $0.05 in 2002. 2019, it is trading, or it was trading, perhaps it's now more, at $7.5, a 150 times jump in the long run when we talk about a span of around 20 years. Ultimate Software, it was trading at $9.69 in 1998. 2019, it's trading at $269, a 28 times jump. I'm sure you will find the rest. Our job as 21st century leaders should be to take this small ray of hope and paint all our offices with a culture where every single employee, every single day, actually gets this feeling that a fictitious number does not define him or her.